if you can see my screen, just tell me in the comments or in the chat so that I will not proceed without you guys seeing anything. So if you can see something, just drop it in the chat. It's coming up. Okay, wonderful. What I can say, guys, that I won't be too much on indicators. I won't be too much on indicators. Why? Because our trading methods are different. I cannot assume that we all using the same methods. So me opening, let me just open it for a while. Me dropping my analysis maybe in this kind of a chart or in this system, it will be a little bit confusing to others because some, they don't know the rules of the indicators and so on. But I tried to explain it on the previous 3 videos that I posted. So if you go to the channel, there are 3 videos that I posted. They're explaining the system that I usually use in relation with price action. So it's price action based. The indicators, they're just there to give me something that I can't waste my time researching. So they are there to just ease my process of analysis or of analyzing. So which one do I start with? Okay, let me start with gold. Let me start with gold. On gold, I'm still on a long position on gold. But there's something that I just want to elaborate. Because in the past few weeks, I've been highlighting like buying signals. If you can check on the Telegram history, there are some analysis on gold where I've been pointing on the upward side. I think we started somewhere here. We bought maybe to somewhere up here, and then even this area here, we try to buy it again. So let me just drop my take. So if you can look at the market, I don't want to look too much information. This is the daily time frame, which is a little bit of a huge time frame. If you can look at the market currently, we can see that it is not yet powerful on the uptrend side, although it wanna go up, but it is not yet powerful on the uptrend side. Why am I saying that? Because if you can observe a little bit more, we have this area here. Let me just indicate it maybe with a straight line. With that area up there, with that area up there, which is acting as a resistance or an area where the sellers took the price and made this massive downward move. And then we have our maybe the lowest point at this area, which is down here. And we can see the price is a little bit fluctuating in between. Although it has given us, if you can see this high and compare it with that one, we can see that it has given us some kind of a higher high. And if you can see this low and compare it with that low, we can see as well that it has given us a higher low, meaning the buyers, they're indeed trying to do something. The buyers, they are trying to do something. However, the way they're performing, it is not an interesting thing. The move they're giving us here, it's not an interesting move. Why? So those who are not sure, this is gold. I'm analyzing gold. So the reason I'm saying this move isn't interesting enough, it is because if we are here to experience an uptrend or an aggressive move from this support all the way to that resistance zone, that move has to be aggressive. Why? Because them starting a new trend, they should be starting it on a high momentum. What am I talking about? I'm talking about if you can see how they moved, maybe starting from here, going all the way up to there. This move here, you can see how aggressive it was. Even this one, it was a little bit better, although there were a lot of corrective waves coming in, but it was a little bit aggressive move. This one, it is starting so slow. Even we're gonna go to a little bit of a smaller time frame. It is a little bit slow to see it clearly. Let me just go there. Let me go to the 4 hour first. You see in the 4 hour that this move, it looks like more like a very slow trend. It looks like a very slow trend. It is going up in a very slow way, which is something not interesting enough. Even now, we are receiving these highs. If you go to the 1 hour, you're gonna see this as a double top. We're gonna go there in a second. We are receiving those highs, which are currently on a on a resistance level up there, né? Which is something also that raises questions, because we can go further and compare that area there with how the market behaved here. Someone can say this is a low which is currently lower than that one, and even lower than that one. So we can see that the sellers, they're indeed trying to do something here, which is interesting enough. And lower time frame guys, they should be looking for selling opportunities, né? Lower time frame guys, they should be looking for selling opportunities. Why? Because if you can see carefully, you can see the area that I'm talking about was tested again, and then tested again. You see that the price is failing to break above that area. And if you are a guy who like patterns, you can draw something like a neckline here, or a line where you're gonna wait for your breakout. This is gonna act as some kind of double top, and then you'll be waiting for price to break on the downside. However, if price breaks on the downside, you have to pay attention into these areas. First, I will indicate this area because of what price did here and what price did there. Let me let people in. So I will indicate this area because of what price did here and what it also did in this area. If you can see, if you can pay attention to this level that I'm indicating here, that should be a level where you're watching for a possible reversal, because it's like that. Okay, the price, if it breaks out, it's gonna break out. Eventually, it's either gonna react here because it reacted in the past, and also it is how the trend is flowing, as we indicated it earlier. It is how the trend is flowing from this touch to the second touch. It is how it is flowing. It can act as some key areas. So if you are a short-term trader, you can take advantage of what is happening here. But then if you are a long-term trader, then you shouldn't ignore what we spoke about here on the daily, which is the market is likely gonna be attracted to that level there. However, though it's hard, but it's likely gonna be attracted to that level over there. Although now it is reacting because of this error, which is some kind of significant as well. It is reacting because of this error, which is a little bit significant. Let no one draw in my screen. I'm gonna kill you. Let me see where I'm gonna deactivate. Yeah, I think now you cannot draw, but I don't know how I'm gonna erase your drawing. Let's see. So we should pay attention into those areas, guys. Those are very, very important areas that I'm highlighting right now. Short-term traders should pay attention into going short. Long-term traders shouldn't ignore the fact that the price is likely to go all the way up. So we are waiting. If you are a short-term trader, I believe many of us are. Although me, it depends on how I'm trading in that particular season, or how the market is behaving. If the market is interesting in the long term, I always target to hold a trade for as long as possible. So I always make sure that I look at the bigger picture first to see if there is something interesting there, because there is an advantage obviously in holding a trade long than in holding it for a short period of time. So yeah, let's wait for a breakout. However, if the breakout doesn't come, if it doesn't, let me just see what I can do. Clear all drawings. Okay, if the breakout doesn't come, if the breakout doesn't come as we expecting it here, then we'll be expecting the market to give us another wave going up. Wave going up. If the wave goes up, remember this is our area of focus. If the wave goes up and start to slow down here, we should also consider that maybe as a short-term trader to say, okay, let me try and sell here and take advantage of this resistance. However, selling up here, it is some few advantages. There's some few advantages, because if you sell earlier, or if you sell immediately when you see a transition like it did here, or you see some kind of reversal patterns or momentum coming in, you have an advantage because your stop loss is not going to be further. It's going to be something which is here. And also you have an advantage because if you sell here and then it happens that indeed the price tends to break out this area, you know that you would have entered earlier here compared to those who are going to enter through a retest somewhere around here. So that's it for gold. Let me just keep it simple as that. Obviously, consider it yourself as well. You are a trader, so don't only rely on what other people say. Go there and check the market for yourself and see how you can implement what I'm talking about into your own personal strategy or your own personal method. I want to learn how to hold synthetic indices for a long time. Please let me in. how should I let you in, or let you in by helping you understand that. Okay, holding synthetic indices for a long period of time, I haven't done it much. I have done it a couple of times, but I've done it by accident. Ne? What am I talking about? I've done it by accident in such a way that it will happen that, let's assume, where is a right position for assumption? Ne? I'm just making an illustration with this chart. I don't want to change charts. Ne? I'll change them when I'm changing the pair. So let's say I'm scalping. Let's say this is the 5-minute time frame, and I decide to buy here as a scalper, saying that, okay, I'm buying here, I'm going to exit somewhere here. And if when the market proceeds, or if it continues to move, and I observe that it is moving in huge strength, I then say, no, I'm not exiting here. Ne? I'm going to allow my trade to grow, allow my trade to grow, allow my trade to grow, until I see something like this, where I see that, oh, the sellers are coming in, then I close my trade. Do you see that my initial target was here, that, okay, I'm entering here and I'm going to close it all the way there. But by accident, I was able to close it all the way up the mini. You see that I've made more than 10 times of what I initially planned or initially anticipated. So you see that it came by accident. And how does that happen? It happened by making sure that when you exit, I will repeat this every time. When you exit a trade, you don't exit a trade by a take profit, but you exit a trade by the behavior of the price. Obviously, the take profit should be there. Ne? Don't misinterpret me in that area. Stop loss and take profit should be there, but it shouldn't be the main thing that forces you to go out of a trade. More especially the take profit part. You go out of a trade not because of take profit. You go out of a trade because of price behavior. Because initially you didn't enter the market because of some kind of stop loss or some kind of orders. You entered the market because of price, how the price behaved. Ne? How the price behaved. I will make an illustration. Let's say you buy here and you say, okay, my take profit is all the way up there. So you're going to allow the price to just consolidate here with you busy waiting for your take profit to be smashed. Now you'll be just waiting and say, no, my take profit is up there. I'm not going to close my trade. What is going to happen? What happens is that the market's going to go back, go past your zero or your entry point and smash your stop loss if you haven't even trailed it. So I hope that is making sense. That's the way that I usually hold trades for a long period of time, more especially in synthetic indices. It happens by accident, usually because of the market is moving in my favor. So I take advantage of that. If that opportunity doesn't come, I don't fight to get it, or I don't try by all means to get it. I just wait for an opportunity to come in the next time. I'm gonna go to synthetic indices. I'm gonna go to synthetic indices. Let me touch this one. Although I haven't analyzed these pairs before, so it's also helping me to see what I'm gonna be doing in the upcoming week. I'm not picking them because I've analyzed them before or prior to this meeting. So I'm just picking on my top list. So there's nothing much I can talk about here. It's US30. There's nothing I can talk much. It's clear that the market is moving up. It's buyer's market. However, there's nothing we can do because the market is currently on a high and we're expecting a drop here or a corrective wave, and then the market is going to try to push all the way up. And I haven't been interested in the move, in the move of the market. Let me point something out. Those who were there in the live meeting that we did during the day on Telegram, I always spoke about a market which is not tradable and the market which is tradable. So you can see this market that it is steadily moving up. We can't argue about that, but it is not easily tradable. Why? By the way the corrective wave transition into impulsive wave, it's not in a good way. Why am I saying it? That you see that the way the market transition here, it transition in a V shape or in an aggressive shape, which is something that I'm always against. When you trade as a trader, aim for in transition, meaning the only way you should be happy is when the market transition like this, in a steady, slow way. You see those transitions up there, they are easily visible and they don't catch you by surprise. However, my question is, how will you be able to detect if this is a good entry point? It's impossible because it happens aggressively without any warning or any kind of a signal. However, maybe you can take advantage of this because it happened with some kind of a double test of this area. So you could get this as an entry, but you could have missed this one, you could have missed this one, you could have missed maybe you could have got that one. But however, the way it behaves, it's not easy for you to detect an entry or an upcoming wave. So avoid such markets. Only trade the market where you understand. However, we are waiting that maybe when the market comes in here, it's going to give us a corrective that is maybe understandable, and the transition will be understandable. Then we're going to take advantage of that. Obviously, this is going to happen like after weeks because this is a daily time frame. And I don't want to go to the smaller time frames. Although if I go there, we're gonna see selling opportunities. That is for short-term traders. Although it's dangerous, because it's buyer's market. It's dangerous, as you can see here. Yes, you can take this market as a sell, but the question is, how are you gonna know where it's gonna reverse? How are you gonna know where it's gonna reverse? Because you can say, okay, I wanna sell, but where are you waiting for a market to reverse? Some will say, I'm waiting for it to reverse here. Remember, this is a trending market. It is not likely that it can reverse maybe in a horizontal way. It can reverse in like diagonal manner, but even in that case, it's a little bit risky, because even here on the 4-hour, you can see that even the reversals, they catch us by surprise. They still happen in a V form. Although here there was some kind of a pattern here, and it was broken and also retested, which is something interesting. So what I can say is that just pay careful attention to what the market is doing on higher time frames, and respect that. I think it's gonna work on your favor. So let me see. Let me take one last pair and then we go to synthetic indices here. And maybe see a currency pair. Let me take that one that is highlighted and waste everything. Oh yeah, it's Euro USD. So I'm on Euro USD. It's an interesting move. I don't know. I don't remember when. I think there was a time where I spoke about it, because I can't remember the exact pattern. So it's an interesting move. If you can see on the daily, you can see that the market has been moving down aggressively. So I think I spoke about this, but yeah, in a certain video. But let me just highlight it so that we go to synthetic indices. The market is moving in a downtrend. The main attraction, it is this corrective wave, which is taking a lot of time, which is persisting compared to all the other corrective waves which just took a short period of time. However, this one is a little bit persisting, because if I can see, the previous one started on the 11th of October, it ended up on like there. So it took like 3 months. This wave here, this corrective wave, it took like 3 months. But if you can see this one, can see this one started late November, and it is still persisting to like January. So it's two months and some few days. This one, it took 3 weeks. This one, it is taking 2 months. So you can see that for the buyers or for the sellers to fight the buyers, it is taking them long. Last time they allowed the buyers to lead or to have advantage for 3 weeks, but now it is hard for them to resume their initial move, which is the downtrend. The fight is persisting for like 2 months, meaning the sellers they are still not able to find their breakout. So it's something interesting. However, that doesn't mean that it's automatically a reversal. However, we are waiting for price to try to go down, maybe after some kind of a retest in this area. As you can see, that price is approaching that area. Because for us to see an uptrend, we have to wait for another low to be formed, which is maybe in the sequence of that one, which is maybe flowing all the way up. Wait for a low, maybe a breakout of this area somewhere here, and then a retest. Then that's how we can start buying. For now, it's too early, it's too dangerous. So we're still looking at the market as sellers, because this area is still not breached, which is one of the initial areas or the key levels of the sellers. So if this area is not still breached, then it's still seller's market, because that's our high. So it has to be broken for us to receive a higher high. Oh, could you please do Nasdaq? I forgot. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna do it. Then we go to synthetics. Ne? I just forgot. I've been beating around it. Ne? I thought I did it. That I started with gold, then US30. Yeah, I have to go to Nasdaq. So this is the high that is limiting us at the moment. We still look at the market as sellers. Ne? I hope you can hear the way I deliver the analysis or my beliefs of the market. Is that although there can be something that is tempting maybe me to believe that the market is going up, however, I'm not gonna believe it, because I have to follow how price action behaves. Now, although it's tempting to say this is the beginning of an upward movement, but you have to just suppress that. The rules should be above your feeling or your gut feeling as a trader. So I know that I have to wait for this level to be broken, although it's tempting to say, man, I should try to buy early here so that I will be early on the market. However, you shouldn't do such a thing. You should avoid it by all means and wait for the market to break that area, and then you're gonna enter in a safe mode where there is a little bit of panic. And let's go to NAS before we depart to your favorites. It's an interesting market, no? It's an interesting market. We can see it's going up. I think I tried to buy it. Yeah, I tried to buy it. I remember I tried to buy it. I'm still waiting for another move. It's going down. I mean, it's going up. Why am I saying down? It's going up. You can see with this supporting trend line. It's obviously going up, and currently it is in the trend line or in the area of interest. Ne? I remember there was a time where I posted the signal, and I did try to buy, ne? But I bought on a picture of a lower time frame. Let me go there before I come back here again. Ne? I tried to buy, and unfortunately it didn't work. Ne? So my stop loss was smashed, and I have to wait again to re-enter. Ne? I tried to buy in this area here because I tried to buy somewhere around here. Unfortunately, it pushed all the way up and then it started going down. And I think I closed somewhere earlier here because I observed these two highs here. Ne? So to just elaborate my decisions, let me go to the smaller time frame. So this is gonna help us to not repeat maybe that same mistake which we did, although it's not a mistake because I followed every rule that I use as a trader. Ne? So I observed this channel here, ne? And stop disturbing me, man. And it was broken here, and then there was a retest. Ne? There was a retest. So I believe that through this retest, which in my mind it acted as some kind of a support, a low which is higher than the previous one. Ne? It was a low which is higher than the previous one, and then I said, let me just take it earlier because it's also an uptrend. Ne? Unfortunately, the market is still on a transition, ne? So it's still on the transitioning phase. However, as a trader or as some kind of a short-term trader, you can take advantage of this upward move here that is approaching, because you can see it started going down and now it slowed down. All of a sudden it breached or it broke this high, and it gave us a new high, and also it gave us a new low. So you can see that it's kind of like flowing on the upside, and it also breaking this previous one, meaning it's gonna give us another high which is higher. So you can take this as a buy when the market opens, depending on how you trade as a trader. You can take this as a buy, but you should limit it to this area, meaning you should limit all your targets to this area here, because we're still not sure if it's gonna go up. If it breaks this area, then it means that you don't exit the trade. It means that you will hold the trades for as long as the daily time frame wishes us to do. Because you can see it's that uptrend. Where did my line go, Mar? You can see it's that uptrend. So entering that trade on the 1 hour, it's going to give you an advantage. Even on this perspective, you'll find yourself holding the trade for as long as that area up there, which is one of the key levels. However, something that I didn't speak of when I posted the video of the analysis of this pair, I think the previous week, it was the issue of this level. Now we can see that this level is persisting more, né? The price is still spending more time in this area, meaning it is possible that if the trend is to reverse, né, it is possible that reversal can emerge from this area. Né? That's why I'm saying even when you buy, if the breaks out happen, you also have to limit yourself to here, not even above, because it's likely that the market might begin a downward move from here, because we haven't seen too much activity in a corrective wave than this. We didn't have much activity here. We didn't have much activity here. We didn't have much activity here. It's only here that we are receiving a lot of activity. So it is likely that the market can reverse from there, or it can give us something strange from there. So you can see that this trend began on March 2020. We haven't seen such activity since last year March. We didn't see such activity. So this should raise awareness and say it's likely that a downtrend can begin from this, or some just downward disturbance. So the market will try to go down and then come back in the trend again. So let's pay attention to that. I hope it makes sense. So we don't have enough time. Let me go to those indices before the meeting ends. I will try to edit my chart. So I hope it's making a lot of sense, guys. I hope it is making sense. So let's see. Not that one, man. So yeah, I hope the analysis is helping you guys. I'm still a little bit tired from the meeting we had during the day. I spoke a lot. Let me start with V75 and see what we have there. Yeah, it is the nature of this chart to load slow, né, compared to the currencies. So if the loading is so slow, just forgive me. It takes time. Yeah, so let me just go a little bit further to just establish some further conclusion or more concrete concepts. No? I don't want to just fix my eyes on the 1 hour without considering other facts. No? So I think this is enough to just give us some knowledge. No? So we can see here that we are on an interesting area, no? Because if I didn't come on the 4 hour, we couldn't see this level here. But however, now I am able to see that we are on an interesting area here. It's an area of resistance, no? It's an area of resistance, and we know that synthetic indices, they usually don't ignore such areas, no? So they don't just pass these areas unattended, no? So we should pay attention as well. Even if you can look further, there isn't any level. The reason I always emphasize on retest level is that this market, it doesn't leave a level unattended. Whatever, if it's a resistance, it will come back and try it. If it's a support, it will come back and try it. There isn't any level that it will leave without attending it. There isn't any level like that. You can see even here, although it's a little bit far, but it tried to bounce back in. Every level, this market, it makes sure that it respects and it obeys. Ne? So even here, we are expecting this market to do something here. Ne? What is that something? It is like that it's gonna give us a little bit of a break, ne? Something like maybe a range, a little bit of a small range before it continues with its upward move, or after the range, then a breakout on the downside. However, just expect a little bit of some delay here. Ne? If you are guys who are looking at the market in a long-term picture, this is not the right time to do it. Wait for some breakout to happen, but now a range is gonna come in. Ne? So what does that mean? Ne? If a range is gonna come in as a short-term trader, ne? As a short-term trader, you can see this downtrend. Ne? You can see this, this downward wave that is beginning here. Ne? You shouldn't sell at the moment. You shouldn't sell at the moment. Why? Because we are expecting price to reverse from here, or to react from this area. So what you should be waiting for is just to wait for price. If you see that the price comes here and it try to reverse, then you should be taking buying opportunities as a trader, just to try to take advantage of this high, which might act as a low or as a support. So you should try to take advantage of that upward move which is coming in, and as well pay attention to what I said, that it's likely to form some kind of a range here, so that you should keep in mind that your targets are not that far. However, if the market breaks here, you should also pay attention into this area, so meaning there shouldn't be any selling that is coming in unless that selling is done on a very, very smaller time frame, like the 5 minute, the 1 minute, which you can benefit somehow. But if you're on the 30, on the 15, there shouldn't be any selling that is coming in. It shouldn't be any selling that is coming in. So wait for the price to test this level, and then if that pattern is being broken, try to take the breakout or to take a retest, and your buys or your targets should be limited to that area. And then to just take advantage of the range, you know that we do encourage range trading. When it goes up there and it tries to bounce, try to take a sell, and again when it comes down, try to take a buy. However, don't act unless the market forces you to do so. So meaning don't buy unless you see that the market is indeed gonna go up. So for 30-minute time frame traders or 1 hour time frame traders, no selling that is coming in. But if you're a little bit on few or on smaller time frames, I may not say few, I don't know where that comes from, but if you're on smaller time frames, you can take advantage of some moves. Now you can see smaller time frame traders, they've already benefited from these sweet moves, but you can try to take advantage as well. Wait for the right time, obviously, before you can be a seller. Wait for the right time and avoid this thing, guys. As you can see, the market here, it is moving down aggressively. A lot of traders will jump in and begin to sell here at this point in time because they're being prompted by this downward momentum, which is very, very huge. You should try by all means that you avoid those things, because after an aggressive move, there is a transition or a reversal that's gonna come in. That is certain, that is fixed. So make sure that you don't react from price. Now don't be tempted, because I know that's how a lot of traders do it. Now they see momentum, they see huge strength, and they say, wow, let me trade. So guys, the meeting is ending now, so thank you for joining. Thank you. Our time is up, it's gonna end anytime. So thank you for joining. This was recorded, I think I have to post it. So I appreciate all of you. Have a good night, have a good week. May the chats be with you. Thank you.